All right, so what I wanted to do is show you guys in these sections, you know, what Joe is all about. Now, for those of you who don't know, Joe, he's pretty humble, so he's not going to tell you, but he's been in countless magazines. Here's the current issue of V-Twin magazine. That's his bike that he built right there. He's on the cover of Bagger magazine, and these are all right now. I mean, this is like April 2012. So he's done a lot of really cool stuff, and in the biker community is known worldwide. So I got to tell you, thanks a lot for wanting to be a part of this show, and we're going to do a lot of cool stuff this season, so I'm really excited about it.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. My pleasure.
All right, so we're going to get to work. All right, so, you know, what we were talking about was taking this fender and bringing it down because I want it really low like the tail dragger. How do you think, how do we actually need to do that?
Well, you know, when I first saw Bling's motorcycle, I thought, man, it'd be cool, you know, being these bling, the bike needed a little bling. So the fender was the first modification on the bike, and so I suggested that we get a fender, a stock fender, replacement fender, and we actually took a section of the stock fender and added it to his actual stock fender. So basically elongating the bike, but just giving it a cool look. So we got a fender from Bud's and just kind of recycled it, man, and used the factory metal and brought it down. It's just kind of a cosmetic. You know, it's kind of a cosmetic look to go with that style of bike, you know, tail dragger fender. So, yeah, and I think it's cool that you know, Bling's into the gearhead thing. You know, he likes the cars, he likes the bike. You know, and I think that's where we clicked. And I think it's cool. He wants to learn some stuff, and it's kind of, he's interested in what I do. I'm interested in what he does, and it's just a cool collaboration. So it's kind of neat that he can come over and you know, work with the tools, and you know, he's like a little kid in a candy store, man. So it's pretty cool to see him. You know, somebody that's interested in that, like me, take such an interest in it, and you know, you feel like when they leave here that they really learned something.
All right, so now what we're going to do is we got our shape here, hand drawn by Joe Martin, and you want me to cut it out?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, you know, when initially I'm handing him this cutoff wheel with a big open blade, man. I call it the wheel of death because it'll take limbs and fingers and stuff off. So I felt kind of bad handing it to him, man. So it's tricky to use that tool, you know, right at first. But I thought, man, you know, if he comes out of here with all his fingers, that's a good start, you know.
All right, so Joe Martin let me do one side, he did the other, and then I asked him, I said, Joe, would yours be just as jagged as mine? He goes, oh yeah, man, it's jagged. Well, then he does one side. So what I want to show you is how clean Joe's side is versus mine. There's my side, all jagged, and there's Joe's side, all nice and clean. So the first thing we found out is Joe's lying to me.
Well, you know, obviously I'm going to have the smoother cut, you know, because I'm more efficient with this tool, you know what I mean? But, you know, he did pretty good, man. I mean, he did pretty good for being what it was, a primitive cut-off tool. But that's what we had to use.
The rear fender fabricated right there. I say we, it was Joe Martin. I'm going to take credit for it though when other people stop me at gas stations. But it's pretty cool, man. We put this, I don't know if you can see it, put this tubing in here, this iron rod there, and that kind of gives it the structure. And then Joe welded the bracket that came from the factory back in there, so that was pretty cool. We took out the rear tail light off our donor section, welded a piece of metal in there, and so now you can kind of see it. So now with a little bit of grinding, a little bit more body work, that'll all be smooth. And so what we're going to do is, I'm going to take the bike back over to Let's Get Famous Customs. Joe's going to get this in primer, and we're going to do a lot of the painting and detail work back at Let's Get Famous Customs. So you're doing good so far, Joe. I'm proud of you.
See you later, alligators.